it's Tao from Shine Bright Design, and today we are doing pen pastels. A lot of you guys have been asking about pen pastels, so I thought I would take the opportunity to show you how to do portraits with pen pastels. And I have the pen pastel portrait set. This is the 20 pan set, and this set will basically do you for any type of faces and whatnot. Okay, so what you want is pen pastel portrait set, which is what we're using today, some paper towel, and our soft tools. The pen pastels come in a range of soft tools such as this. I have some pastel tools as well that come in a different type of tops, or you could get something like this, which is like an eyeshadow brush, and use that. You can also use some makeup brushes as well, or there are pastel sponges that you can get. So with my paper towel, I have this for cleaning, and I have some pastel paper from Canson. This paper is called Tient pastel paper. It's not textured like the Tient Tex, but I am probably looking to get another pastel paper set. So anyway, let's get started, and I hope you guys enjoy. So what I'm going to do with this oval tool is I'm going to start off with some base colors. This thing won't be completely in pan pastel, and I've chosen the biggest face that I can find in order to show you the amazingness of pan pastels. So I've decided to do a pinkish tone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some whites, and I'm going to open up a reference image, and I'm going to highlight where necessary. You know what? I'm actually not going to follow the original reference image. I'm just going to do it how I think it should turn out. So I'm going to highlight the forehead. Like so. Under the eyebrows. Okay, and we did that with the white. Okay, cleaning that. Now I'm going to go in with some burnt sienna tint. This is our medium color. What's great about this is we can blend it out and we can build on layers as well. I think pen pastel is a really great product. It's very innovative with how traditional pastel pencils are. These are very pigmented as well, and the dust and the fallout is very minimal compared to normal pastel sticks. Going again with that burnt sienna tint, building up that texture. That grunting noise is just breezy. This, going back in with the titanium white, highlighting the shoulder like so. Bring it down ever so slightly. Okay. Going in with some red iron oxide tint, basically it's very pinky. And we're just going to create some shadows. Going in with that red iron oxide tint again, creating shadows around the face. Don't worry, if we go over other parts, we're going to go back in with an eraser to fix things. So it's handy if you have an eraser. And if you have a precision one, that's also handy as well. Going to shade this red iron oxide around the face, especially down here around the cheek, give it that rosy look. That's just breezy scratching. I'm going to do some here also on the bridge of the nose. Bring it up. Alright, this is the fun and exciting part. I'm just going to start contouring the face. Going in with this red iron oxide shade. I hope I don't regret this, but let's just see what happens. Like how we contour, I'm just going to contour aspects of the face. I'm going to make the forehead smaller by doing that. Adding this down here as well, and this on the armpits and around the hair. I'm hoping I'm not going to regret this, but let's see. Okay. Grabbing my little rectangular tool, I'm going to go back in with that that burnt sienna tint and just blend it back into that red iron oxide and blend it out. Like so. Doing the same thing here. Now working my way up. Going back in with that burnt sienna tint, blending and shading in to that that red iron oxide. We're basically building up those layers now. And going into that contoured cheek, picking up some burnt sienna tint and going in and blending that out like so. Cleaning it up, going back in with the burnt sienna tint and then blending it into the red iron oxide shade. We're doing the same on the opposite side too, so it's not too sharp, like so. And then bringing that into the nose and blending that out, leaving that highlight section as it is. Now going into the nose, this one's a bit small, so we're just going to go very lightly. Later on our pencils will do the talking here, but just going to blend, doing the same thing as we did on the other side, going in with your burnt sienna tint, small circular motions, blending in that color, and then working into that red iron oxide tint, blending that out slowly, and then bringing it out onto this ear here, cleaning your brush, picking up that burnt sienna tint, flipping your tool the other way, and then going in right next to the red iron oxide, and then jiggling it into the red iron oxide tint. We can flip it the other way, hopefully it won't ruin anything. I'm going to pick up more of that burnt sienna tint and bring it back in. There we go. Then I'm bringing that colour up to the bridge of the nose and blending that out like so. Now this bridge looks very sharp, so I'm softening it and blending it out like that. Great. Now I'm going in with that titanium now, and we're going to go at the highlight point and bring it back into that burnt sienna tint and softening it and bringing it out. Same thing. Going in under the eyes. And blending everything out. Just removing those sharp lines and making things a bit more subtle. Much better. Going in with that burnt sienna tint and softening those edges out. Really nice. Going in with your burnt sienna tint again, blending it back in to that bridge of the nose, softening everything, blending it out. Burnt sienna tint again. We're going to work in the medium area. I'm building up that layer. Okay, avoiding that highlight zone. Now we're going to go into the red iron oxide shade and small motions here. We're just going to blend everything out. And sometimes we have to pick up that red iron oxide shade again, bring it in, blend it out, build up those pigments. Going further in, we're going to pick up more of that red iron oxide, blend everything out. Yes. More burnt sienna tint, and then we're going to go in, work our way out, blend it out. Going in with a titanium white into the forehead area, working from the center and working our way out, blending out. Looks really nice. I'm actually really happy with everything so far. Anyway, let's go down here. Let's go in with that burnt sienna tint. Building that up. And then let's go into that iron oxide shade and build up that color. I'm going to try and make sure it stays quite saturated and pigmented. I don't want to knock it back too much with a burnt sienna tint. I think this year the goal is, as well as continuing with tutorials, I'm going to introduce you guys to different mediums. And I think a lot of you guys who follow my tutorials take colouring very seriously. It's an enjoyable hobby. And you know, sometimes with an enjoyable hobby, we always have to escalate the hardness and our skills and always challenge ourselves. So once you get that pencil stuff down packed, why not try and learn a new medium? I always try to do that. But in a way, I feel like I don't spread myself too thin because my mediums work very well together. So I'm not too worried there or concerned. Now going in with a burnt sienna tint, we're building up those layers now on this arm. Going towards that red iron oxide shade, blending it in, going in with burnt sienna tint, and then blending it into that red iron oxide. And then going into that armpit area here, I'm going to blend out that red iron oxide colour. Now getting this white, and then I'm picking up some of the burnt sienna tint. I'm going to add more of that pigment down here because it's getting a bit not opaque as I'd like it. And that's one of the great things about working with a color that is a paper that is tinted or toned, because it allows you to see how opaque the colors are. This is very opaque. It builds up very nicely. Still really fluffy and blurred. That's what I love about pan pastel. It has that blurred feeling. Out of all the pastel products that I have, pan pastels have that very blurred look, and I love it. I think it's amazing. Now, I like everything so far. I still want more color. I want more shadow somehow. And I'm gonna go in with burnt sienna shade. And let me just test and see how it looks. I like it. It's I don't need a lot of it though. It's like a medium color to the red iron oxide shade, so it knocks back that redness or pinkiness that we're seeing, and it gives that bit of that cooler tone to the skin. If you guys want a rundown on how pan pastels work, like the names are very similar between tints, shades, and extra dark, extra shade, all that jazz. If you want an explanation about pan pastels and how they work, I'm happy to give you guys a rundown because I have the full set, and how to use them, etc. I know I haven't done a kind of intro to them specifically, but I have used them in tutorials. So I'm hoping that you guys who are following this are quite familiar with pan pastel and have most of these colors. I'm hoping. The least you can do is start off with a portrait set, because the portrait set has all these colors, warm tones, cool tones, whatever, and it suits. For me, I think the portrait set is a good way to start, because if you go with like landscape or something, the color scheme's too specific, and for me, I'm more likely to do portraits. So yeah. Oh, you know what, if you do more landscapes and all that pretty foliage stuff, then yeah, get the landscape one. But for me, if you follow my work, I think the portrait set is a great way to start. So I put a bit of that burnt sienna shade into the bridge of the nose here, and we're just going to blend it out, knock back that reddiness from the red iron oxide shade, and bring in a bit of a coolness into the face. Yeah, that's a good color. See, here is, you actually start to notice like a shading in her face, where here it's just toned, where here it's got more of a cool tone, looks more of a shadow. I like it. I'm still trying to get an understanding on how to mix pan pastels. I'm just learning as I go. I guess colors and me have always been simpatical, so I've never really struggled much with colors. Only sometimes when I'm working with new mediums, but yes, running that burnt sienna shade into the top here, bringing down that coolness, giving the face some shadow. Cleaning that off and then blending it out again. Small circle motions, softening that. I'm going to show you my little beetle here. If you guys have worked with pastel, you know it's messy. I think that tool is absolutely magnificent, so handy, love it. I always have dust fall out from pastel work, and I think the vacuum is so clever. But yes, it's very cheap. If you guys want to know where I got mine, just comment below and I'll happily show you. Sometimes I think with all the stuff that I talk about, I really should get sponsorship from someone, some company, someone. Contact me. But because I always use specific like products and brands, you know, but you know, I'm sure our companies aren't looking into that at the moment. They're not looking into investing into hobbyists such as myself to kind of promote their products, because art is such a big industry. They already make enough money as it is. Products are so expensive anyway, so as if they need people to promote their products. Anyway, grabbing that burnt sienna shade, I'm just adding some shadow to the face. Now, I'm not specifically adding it to contour the cheeks like how I've done it with the red oxide here, but I'm bringing it a little under that little contour, and I'm going into the side of the face like so, and I'm blending that out. And we're using not even that much, we're just going to just slowly jiggle and move our little tool here in small circular motions, not too far in. We're just trying to blur out and soften everything. We're trying not to bring that burnt sienna too far in, and just keep it quite clean. Now what I'm going to do is pick up this burnt sienna tint, and I'm going to build up that color and bring it further back into this shadow, soften everything. I'm going to do the same thing over here and soften everything again. Like so, picking up that burnt sienna a little. I'm going to run it here on the side of the cheek and blend it out like so. Now I want that burnt sienna shade also underneath the neck, and I'm going to make it quite dominant, well not dominant but quite strong, well not too strong but in a way so that it's clear that there's a shadow on the neck. I want to bring that down, and look, by doing this I haven't really knocked out that red iron oxide tint, going in a bit of that burnt sienna tint there, bring it further in and blending everything out. Lovely. I want to go in with that shade, that burnt sienna shade, and just create some shadows in the neck. I don't think it lightens up that much, so I want to bring this burnt sienna shade down a bit and possibly bring the red iron oxide back in as well. Yes, I think that's right. Bring some red iron oxide shade, just dabbing it along, and then we're going to blend. And so we're just jiggling back and forth, blending everything out. Okay, back in with the burnt sienna tint, and then building up our layers, bringing it back in, further up towards the neck, blending it out like so. going in with the burnt sienna tint, bringing it back in, knocking that back and blending it out. Now what I want to do is I'm going to go in with this triangular tool, grabbing that white, running it under the eyebrow, blending it down like so. Lovely. I like it. Alright. Now, the fun stuff. Actually, wait. Let me just blend a little. Okay. Vacuum. I have an electric eraser, and this is not sponsorship, guys. Don't mad eraser. This is an electric mechanical eraser. It's precision and it's mechanical. Runs on batteries, and I love it because I'm lazy, and I think the mechanical one is so much easier than the manual one. Isn't that amazing? Let me zoom up. I'm going to zoom up and show you. Isn't that amazing? Anyway, keep going, guys. I love this eraser. I'm just readjusting it so I can get more eraser. Just turning a little, being very careful with my pen pastels. There are some people who use makeup instead of pen pastels, and I can see the efficiency, but trust me, it's not the same. Pen pastels are light, fast, and they're very pigmented, whereas makeup is not. Makeup is meant to be washed off. Makeup does not have staining qualities, whereas pen pastels do, because their colors are quite permanent. Okay, thank you. Oh, that's pretty good. I'm actually really liking this. Alright, I am going to finish up and we'll move on. So guys, we are back and I'm excited to get started. So I've done the face. I may erase a bit around this eye. Alright, I want to do, okay, so I'm going to work with pen pastel and pencils simultaneously, and the reason why is you want to avoid making as much smudge as you can, so you work from the center outwards. So that is why we're going to finish the face before we go into the hair and the background. So our smudge area will be minimized. So let me just get out some pencils and we'll get finished. Right, we're back and I got my Caran D'ache Luminance. So we're going to work with that and pen pastels. And the reason why I decided to do that is because, like Holbein's, luminances are very buttery and soft. I find Prismacolors a bit too soft, a bit too smudgy, too oily. Sorry, not oily, too waxy. The luminances, the Holbeins, they're a hybrid between the wax and the oil, so they're a good balance. Prismacolors are a bit too waxy for my liking for pen pastel combinations. So I like to use Holbein's, luminances, and sometimes the Pablos for pen pastel combos. So that's why we're going to stick to Lumies. If you don't have Lumies, you could try Holbein's. If you don't have Holbein's, you could try the Holbein's luminances. If you don't have either, you could try Pablo's. I haven't tried pen pastels with any other brand, but those are the 3 brands I recommend trying if you're going to do pen pastel combos. I definitely wouldn't do it with Faber-Castell polys because they're a bit too hard and they may scratch away your pen pastel. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the eyes. Now I'm going to bring a bit of colour to these eyes, so we are going to go in with a Rose Antiquin. I don't know how to pronounce his name, so guys, I'm just going to say the numbers, okay? Hopefully you see on screen this is the pinky colour, and this number is 571. Alright, so what I want you to do is there's a crease line here. We're going to do the eyes. The reason why we're doing eyes is I like to work from the center out. The reason why, as I said before, is I like to minimize that smudge. So with this 571, we're going to go on top of that pen pastel and we're going to blend it out. So this color is like a crease color, and we're just going to go on top of that, just above those eyelash lines, and we're just going to blend it out. Where is my sharpener? I'm using a Derwent Super Point sharpener today. And sometimes I use a Tagal, but I thought I'd use this today. I'm just lifting up the pressure. That's one eye. I might do one eye at a time. I'm going to go in with 083. I'm going to do a base on this eyelid. I'm going to blend it into that pinky color, obviously leaving that pinky color into the crease line, like so. And then I'm going to go in with a darker color. This is 112, and we're going to use this color to deepen the shade, like so. Now back in with that 571. Nice. All right. I'm going in with a light color now. Yeah, this is somewhat light. This is a 630. That's just breezy in the background. I'm just gonna color the center of the lid so it's a bit bluey purple. Going back in with 112. Alright, and now we want to do something a bit darker. This is probably the better purple. 129. I'm just gonna bring this on the crease line. And we're just going to bring it here on the outer V and bring it into the center of the lid, like so. And we're going to bring this color down below as well. I wonder if I would be good at makeup. I don't know. If I can color makeup, maybe I can do makeup. Anyway, bringing this purple color, which is 129. Bringing on the lower lash just a little, only 2/3 in, because I want you to come in with the 571 and blend out that dark purple. Bring to the center. And as you get towards the edge, I want you to lighten it even more, because I don't want to bring it too far to the tear duct. Now what I want you to do is get a light color. We're not going white, we're going to go quite pinky toned. Yes, this color is 872, and we're just going to color the lower lash line No blending at all, just go straight in, like so. Now we're going to shade this one, this little tear duct. We'll go a bit medium pressure on the inner eye and then lift as we get to the tear duct. And then we go back in with this 571, slightly go in and then blend it out to that color. I want you to go back in and burnish with 872 so we can mix those two colors together, like so. Now we're going to go back in with 112 and go in at the lid, like so. There we go. I'm going to go in with a bunch of whites now. Going in with the white luminance, which is 001. We're just going to lightly fill in the background. We're not going to burnish yet, I just want to layer some groundwork. And the eyes, I think we're going to do like an ocean blue. Oh, actually no, with the makeup I actually want a warm color eye. So again, I'm going to pull out my earthy toned color palette, which is this one. And we're going to go in with 836, just a base color, very lightly. Okay, so we'll do like a earthy green blue. Yeah? Okay. Alright, so to control how much blue there is, we'll go in with the blue so we don't overdo it. So grabbing 180, I'm just going to go on the outer edge here. And then I'm going to go in with some warm red colors. This is 077. This will help us transition to that ochre type of color. Going in with the ochre type of color, which is raw sienna, which is 036. Bringing that out. Let's go into there. We're only going on the middle of the eye. Let me just zoom in so you can see. Going back in with that 077, I'm just going to blend it back into that raw sienna. And then we want to now transition from the blues to the greens to the earthy raw sienna color. So we go in with 729. Now in with 470. And then in with the raw sienna, which is 036. Blend that out. Right, now let's jiggle this around through the background. This is where we go back in with that blue-green, and that is 180. Using that to create some texture in the eye, going back with that burnt ochre, or that, which is 077. Bringing that brown through the pupil back into that green blue, And then back in with the 180. Bring out that crazy contrast like so. And then I want to burnish with the 470 just to reconnect everything together. I like that. That's very cool. Back in with the white, which is 001. Going to go in with medium pressure. And then in with the grays. So the grey colour we're going in with is cool toned. This is 004. We're going to go at the top of the eye and blend it down like so. And blend out from the eye. We're going to deepen that shadow like so. Now this is where we burnish. So I'm going to go in with that 571, blend it out like so. Back in with a 011. We're going to go under the eye, see if we can add a bit of white, blend that out. Alright, so we're back. We went in with the white, which was 001, yep, 001, and then we blended out that color underneath. I'm going to go under the eyebrow like so with this 001, add in that white, just to give the under the eyebrow a highlight. Now I'm going to go in with our light skin toned, which is 872. We're going to blend out from that pink to the white, and we're just going to blend out and soften everything. And then we lift up our pressure as we work towards under the eyebrow. And then what I want you to do is go back in with the white, which is 001, and then go in medium pressure under the eyebrow, and then lift it lighter and lighter as you work towards that color we just laid down. And then it blends those two colors together, and you can see the texture between them starts to smooth out. Alright, now I'm going to get this Caran D'ache blender pencil. This thing is a full blender pencil, like it's made out of the full blender stuff, which is probably like a wax hybrid medium. Anyway, I'm just going to go over everything and just blend that together. Circular motions. I'm going to do the same thing here on the makeup of the eye. Burnish that. Now I'm going to burnish the side here. Alright, now, cool thing. We're going to do the pupil. So you're going to get a black and a white. I'm going to get a MR1 in a Posca pen and that in a black as well. If I can find it. Okay, I have a my God. Please, where is the black? Oh, here it is. Alright, this is a 1M. And we're just going to fill this. This pupil area. Like so. And then I'm going to do the eyelashes. So first off, line the eyeline like so. Same as below. And then we're going to do our eyelashes. And then we're going to do the bottom lashes. We're in with a 1MR. Just going to highlight the center of this eye here. Create some highlights on the tear duct. Do a couple of lines like so. I want to extend the eyeball a little. Going in with 180, we're going to bring down that eyeball right down to here. And the only reason I'm doing that is because I see this eye is touching the bottom, so I want to bring this down as well. going in, back in with that 1 ml. That's one eye. Now I think I'm going to start one side of the face before I go on the other side. What I want to do now is with 077, I'm going to do some contouring just around the hairline here. I do want to add some red tones, so I'll be bringing red tones in soon as well. And that red tone is like a russet color, which is 067. So we're going to go here and do some contouring at the side of the face. And then I'm going back in with the 077 and blending that out, like so. And then back in with another color, which is 872, and blending that color back and forth. Back in with that russet, which is 065. Back in with the 077. And then back in with that 872. Going in with 872, we're just going to blend this color out. Okay, I'm gonna go in with 065. I'm gonna contour around this nose. adding some of this colour around the eyes as well. I don't really want to play with this area. I actually think it's quite lovely. Going to go in with the white and highlight the nose. That was 001, going in with 872. I'm going to blend out that brown that we laid down. Blend that out. Doing small circular motions. Going back into this side, blending it out again. I love this brown color because it has a red tone and it blends out really nice when mixed with this color. It gives the face a really red contour. I think it's very sweet. I'm going to go in with this 571. I'm just going to put in some blush. So what you want to do is you just blend in lightly and fade it out, this pink. Then you see that blush color in the cheeks. I like it. Very nice. Alright, I'm going to go in with 077 and I'm not going to contour this area because I love how this fades, but I am going to blend it out with this 077. And I'm going to somewhat contour the nose without interfering with this shadow that we have on the bridge. Now I'm going to go in with the 872 and I'm going to blend that color out now too. This gets rid of that graininess that we can see and blends it into the base color of that pan pastel, like so. Now, good thing that this pastel paper isn't that textured. You would have seen more texture in the grain. See here, you can see a bit of that pencil texture that's coming through, but it is it's not the smoothest pastel paper, but it's definitely better than other brands that I have. Yeah, that blends out really nicely. We're going to blend out this area too. Now, I know I wanted to do a complete pastel tutorial, but honestly, when you add pencil to it, it gives everything so much more dimension, and you will definitely love the pastel pencil combination, especially those colors who are pencil lovers. You will fall in love with the pan pastel combo. Now I want to go in with this 065 and add some shadow along this area here. I'm going to bring it right into the lashes because I want some contrast. Now you won't really notice it until we add the hair, but we'll probably go back into this shadowing later on. Grabbing that 065, we're just going to go some shadowing under the hair. Going in with that 872, I'm going to blend this out. Like so. Hi guys, we're back. Still working on this side of the face. I'm going to start using my smudge glove. If you guys are not familiar with my smudge glove, I've been using it for a while now. This is basically version 2, but it is a glove for part of your hand and it prevents you smudging. So I like to do this with pencil and pastels a lot. Someone's cutting the grass, hopefully it won't interfere. Picking up our 065, we're just going to create some shadows now on top of this pastel pencil. Lightly blending it up. Going under the neck. Along the forehead here. Forgotten to do the ear, so I'm going in with that sienna tint. Blending these colors out with the 872. Going in with that 065, just going to contour the cheeks. Going to go in with 077 and blend that color out now. Going in with 872. Going in with the 571. Going in with the white, which is 001. Going in with the white, lightly going in and doing a base layer. I'm going to go in with our blue, which is 10180. What I'm going to do first is grab our 872, just fill in the tear duct. I'm going to grab our 729. I'm going to grab our 077, our 036, extending from the 077, going in with our 470, bringing it into the warm yellow color, going in with our 729, going in with the green, which is 470, and then back in with the 180. I'm going to go in with that 036 and just jiggle everything around, blend everything together, like so. Going back in with a 180 and then deepening that eye. Going in with our white, burnishing slightly, not at the very top though, because we're going to blend in with the grey just towards the bottom. Yeah. Now in with the grey, which is 004, going at the top and then fading it down into that white. There we go. Alright. Now we're going to do the eyeshadow. I did the eyeshadow first last time, but this time I thought I would focus on the eye and work from the center outwards. So going in with 571, I'm going to go into the crease, medium pressure, fade out into a light pressure, like so. Going in with 872, we're going to blend that pinky color that we just laid down out, and smooth it out, get rid of that graininess. Somewhat burnish that. Going back in with that 571, emphasize that pinky color. Now we go in with our purples. So I'm going in with the 083 from the pink into this color, which is like a pinky purple. It's a really good fade or transition color. And then we'll deepen all these purples. The next color is 112. Fade it out. Going in with that 872, we're blending out, fade those colors together. Now we're going to deepen that purple with 63630, at the outer V and the inner eye. Gonna go in with one of our lighter colors, which is still that 630, and go at the front of the eye like so. Back in with that 872, blend everything together. There we go. It looks really strange because we don't have any eyeliner, but we'll get there. Alright, let's just do the pupils. Actually, wait, before we do the pupils, we will go in with 571 and do under eye. Medium pressure, fading out. And then going back in with that skin color, which was 872, we're blending that out as well. And you may not see this later on, but I always think small details matter. Alright. Grabbing our MR, our 1M in black, just want to fill in this pupil. I'm getting a fountain pentel pen. Yes. I'm just doing the eyeliner first before I do any lash detail. Go back in with that blue, which was 180. Just wanting to round out that eye a little. And then going in with that 001. Alright. Going in with a white Posca pen. This is a MR, a 1 MR. And we're just going to line the tear ducts in white Posca pen. I'm going to highlight the nose with some white Posca pen. You can barely see that, but we'll build it up slowly. Now, let's zoom out. Eyes look amazing. There's still a lot of contouring on the face to do, but what I want to do is I want to do the hair. Now the hair will be able to give me some color in the hair, and thus I can do the correct shading on the face, like the correct shadowing. So I'm going to keep these colors here just in case, because I'm going to probably still use these colors on the face to contour. Now what I want to do is getting my paper towel. I'm going to clean this. Now I've seen a lot of people opting for using makeup to do art, which I think, yes, makeup is okay, but it's not permanent. If you use eyeshadow on like paper, it's not permanent. Like makeup washes off. This stuff is permanent. So if you're going to use it for art and you take art seriously, you know, I would invest in getting the portrait set of Pan Pastel or whatever other set you want. But the portrait set is very overall for me. I think it's a really good set to start off with. You can always just try one color, like a couple skin tones first if you want to try it out. But if you're wanting to start off with a set, Pan Pastel's portrait set is pretty good. Now, I'm going to go really extreme with the hair. And I'm going to go in with white. bit on the eyebrows in the white. The next thing we want to do is get your mechanical eraser, and we're going to erase these beads. Grabbing our little pointy one, we're going to grab another color. This color is Raw Umber Tint. It looks like a grey, but it's like a warmish grey. We're going to use this to create some shadows. And create a lot of this shadow at the root of the hair, like so. The next color I'm going to grab is Neutral Grey. This pointy tool. Still going in at the roots, but the amount we're putting in is very minimal. in a sense, I am tracing those lines with it. So my heaviest amount will be at the roots, and then it disperses up as I drag it up to trace those lines. You can see it slowly forming and creating that shape of the hair. And what we're going to do is, this helps you later on for when you start doing hair texture with your pencils. So you can tell what I'm doing. I'm putting the heaviest pigment down at the roots or the shadow parts of the hair, and as I'm dragging it away, it gets lighter. Putting this neutral grey on the eyebrows. I'm really happy. Now, sticking to the similar colours, I'm going back in with the white. And I'm going to go in with one of my shaper tools. This is a flat chisel, and I'm just going to try and pack this white into the background. Actually no, I won't do it now because I want to finalize the hair before I smudge anything else. So getting my vacuum. So now that you see the hair is a very cool tone, I want a lot of cool tone shadows in the face now. So the colors that I would ideally want are, let's start off with this steel gray, which is 004, and let's bring this color down from the hair into the face. See how we already got the reds in the skin? That's fine. Now that we have this grey, on top, it just works as a shadow. See how I'm knocking back that dark brown that we placed before, and I'm going on top of that with this grey. It's kind of giving it a cool tone shadow. See how that grey just adds proper shadow, a very cool shadow. But it doesn't make the face look dirty at all, it actually adds it as a shadow, which is what I'm really happy with so far. And you know what, it's not in a sense getting rid of that colour either. It's not getting rid of that redness, it's actually layering on top really well. You know, and that's probably, maybe it's the paper, it's probably the product we're using as well. But definitely we're not losing that redness in the skin, we're actually keeping that shadow, and it's really, really beautiful. See how that the skin, there's a warmthness of that red, but there's proper shadow colors coming through. Now let's try and bring this grey onto the face here and see what that does. I'm pretty ballsy when it comes to where I place my colors. I'm not scared of ruining things. See, that shadow is just, it's a cool tone shadow, but it's not distracting or taking away from what is already there. I'm just trying to blend this grey down into the skin. And the reason why is I found this area a bit too soft and fluffy, and I kind of want to make things more complete as a whole and kind of blend in together. And that's what I'm doing with this grey. You can still see that skin tone, but now we're actually building shadow. Beautiful, amazing. I'm really happy. Alright, I'm going to bring this grey a bit down into the chest because we have hair, sorry, we have the grey hair. I had to fix the pupils because they were uneven, but now they're somewhat balanced. Yep, it should be fine. Let it dry and then we'll put the highlights in again. But so far, I'm loving it. Guys, I'm loving it. We're going to get onto the details of the hair. Face shadow looks good, but we're going to get into like the hair particles and whatnot. But yes, I'll see you soon. Very excited. Let's go. We are on good schedule. We're gonna go with a lot of greys and whites right now. And I'm gonna get my cigar sharpener. I was using my Derwent Superpoint, but why not give a bit of love. Okay, I'm going in with 001. Let's start off with the fringe. So I'm just adding in some hair strokes right now, and you probably won't be able to see it on top of this white pen pastel, but I just want to ensure that there's clear white hair strokes where necessary. I'm going to go in with a silver grey, which is 002. I'm going to go in with buff titanium, which is 801. Okay, so I have a bunch of whites, but I want to go a bit darker, a little darker. So I'm going to bring in this Payne's Grey, which is 504. I'm going to put this more towards the roots and see if this improves the contrast. Just making sure I keep those hair beads clean as possible. Going back in with the white, which is 001. You know, as much as I like this white, I think the Holbein white is a lot better. I don't know, we'll see. If I feel like it's not white enough, I'll bring out my Holbein's white and I'll show you guys. Now I'm going to get this eraser, see if I can lift up some of this and fill it back in with the white. I just want to make sure that I have that strong whiteness. Yeah, that looks so much better. Alright, let's see if we can do this down here. Yes. Alright, bringing in the grey, which is 504. I'm going to bring this behind the hair. Give it some shadow. Going in with 504. Now I'm going in with 002. And then in with the 001. want to go in with that 002, bring it into this side of the face, go in with 504, bring that darkness to knock back that pink, like so. Bring in that 504. So the way I'm doing this, I'm adding little strokes here and there where there's shadow. So we're extending that shadow from the face out so that it transitions well between the hair and the face. So this is like that transition color between the shadow on this face and the hair. And then what I'm going to do with this grey is I'm going to bring out those lines that were laid down previously with the hair and the hair strokes, and just lightly bringing them back. Just slightly. Therefore, we have something to work with, like a skeleton. Now we're going in with our next color, which is 002. We're bringing that color down, but we're not covering it all completely. We're just bringing in this color to create texture. We don't want grey hair, we want basically white hair, but we're using the grey as shadows. Okay, now going in with the white, which is 001, let me sharpen this. And bring in that white With a sharp white, I'm going to run some hair strands out of these lines, just to give it a bit of texture and a bit of flow. zoom out. I really like this. It's turning out really good. But let's keep going. I'm gonna take a break first. I want to go do some hair, well not hair, but like eyebrows. So the 001. Let's do some eyebrows and just like brush it up. We're gonna try and do like very bushy like eyebrows, given that, I guess, wildling type of look, mystical child of the snow type of look. I don't know, I'm making shit up. But yeah, just give it something not normal, something very magical, mystical. Yes, I like this. Going in with a grey, which is 002. Running this from the bottom, and then a little bit of this 504, just slightly, not really that much. Okay, going in with a Posca pen. This is 1mr. And I'm using this because it's like a white acrylic marker to highlight bits of the eyebrow, so we lose the initial, I guess, structure. I'm going to bring some of this Posca pen into the hair as well. It's just such a beautiful marker, you know, Posca pens. They're like acrylic paint, and they just give you the purest white you can get because it's acrylic paint, you know. And depending how well your marker is set up, like this is set up kind of like meh. It's not the best setup right now. I have to shake it a lot. The older it is, well, it's kind of when you get in the middle of the marker, when it's like white as white. It's like thick, it's like opaque, you know, but this is quite a new marker right now, so we won't get anything too white soon. Unless I force it. I'm sure I have some other whites that are set up pretty well. Yeah, I think this one's one of my older ones. Yeah, this is one of my good ones. You can tell because like when it pops out, it's like white, you know. So we're going to be using this to create some hair strokes. So good. Happy. I'm a happy chappy. Alright. Let's just do a little bit on these eyebrows. That eyebrow. So nice. Like, that white luminance is white, yeah, but compared to this, and when you see it on the paper, like now, you know, like, there can be whiter things on this piece of paper. I am excited. It looks good. All right. You just have to be careful where you place this white, by the way. Obviously, we want to create dimension in the right areas. So white doesn't go from the roots. It should go from the highlight zones to the middle. Yes, because I was thinking of like using gouache to highlight this piece because of the hair. But I think this marker will do just nicely. So in comparison between an old one and a new one, you can tell how opaque it gets. And really, guys, it's just how you set it up. You just got to shake it like a Polaroid picture, you know, and just get that ink running, get it even and smooth, and you'll have some amazing whites come out of that marker. You can see that texture. It's amazing. I am in love. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And the eyebrows, oh my god, so amazing. Alright, now I don't want this Posca pen through the whole thing, just in certain areas. And the reason why is I want to give it that that hair texture. You could do the same thing with a white gel pen. Anything that sits on top of the pencil. Like we said, we're not going to make the whole thing white. It's just certain areas. And if I can let this dry, you can see it. You'll be able to see all those hair textures and highlights. Alright, let's zoom out. I want to see what this half of the face looks like. Okay. Alright, so we're looking at here. My god, that is amazing. I am so proud of myself. Okay, so I'm looking at this and I'm thinking this needs some bling. So I'm going to put in some white Posca pen. So we got a base for our, oh, look how glamorous that looks. Now you guys know metallics will not stick to paper, so you need to do a base of acrylic, and Posca pens do the job amazingly. So I always like to do a base color with Posca pens before I add metallics. I like that white as well. No, I've got to keep it as it is. And then what am I going to do about this hair piece? I want to do it in metallic as well. So we are going to do it white Posca. I'm so tempted to throw on some holographic nail polish. Like, check out my nail polish. This is the hollow stuff where, like, it's got that rainbow iridescent or whatever it is. I don't know if I can show you because of lighting, but I would love to have something holographic on this. I am so close to using holographic nail polish on this. I'm really proud of this so far. Let me take a break and we'll get onto this soon. That's a bit too close. I flipped it upside down because I'm very conscious of how we're working and I don't want things to smudge. So I just flipped it so that my hand is not working on top of it. So I'm always working away. So let's start off with here, work our way down and then flip it again. All right, going in with 504. I want to work in small motions, as small sections as well. So 504. And we probably want to work with a sharp pencil. So let's sharpen this up. And with a sharp pencil, you're going to be able to create some really nice hair strokes and hair textures. Okay, so my next color is 002. And then back in with the white. Which is 001. Now, I'm trying my best to make this white as possible. But I guess there's only so much you can do when it comes to whites, I guess. Luminance must be one of the whitest whites pencils you can get, the most opaque. Haven't compared it to a Holbein side by side, but I'm interested to see how it looks. Alright, I want to do a bit of this fringe, right? And then in with this 002. And then in with the Posca pen. I said we're working in small motions, by the way. And I don't want to mess up the fringe, because white on that would be crazy good, like crazy white. So going in with the white, shaking it, going from the top here and then dragging it down. I'm trying to keep the whitest of the white up here. Now, let me just flip this so I can just check how it looks. That white is a bit too white. Oh no. Okay. I can fix this. I'm going to show you how we fix it. Grabbing your dark color, which is 504. And because this is acrylic, we can soften it and blend it out. And because this is acrylic, you can scratch it out as well. That's what I love about these markers. They're scratchable. So you can knock them back. You can go light or dark as you want, you know, just depending on how much pigment you bring into it. Next color is, so that was 504. We're going to work on this section now. Next color is 002. So we're using these grays to create the texture. Then we go in the whites and we bring in that highlight that gives it a bit of dimension. Back in with your Posca pen. Okay, flipping it again. And repeating the process. 504. maybe we should just work on a lighter surface, okay? So 504. Bring back those lines. Alright, let's work to that. Going in the greys, which is 002, which is blending out that 504. See, right now you see it looks like grey, but it's the different tones of greys and whites that makes white hair appear white hair. I've never really done white hair before. I've done light coloured hair like light blue and silver and purple, but this is my first white hair, and I am so proud. Like, anyway, let's go in some Posca Pens. See, I tell you, Posca Pens, amazing. Have you watched my Posca Pen video? If you haven't, check it out in my channel. I released it, I think, hopefully it won't be too far when I release this video, but I released it around early January. So check it out. I got it Posca Pens for Christmas and I love them. The more I use them, I just love them. You know, I hope they make more colors. You don't understand. Like, I love these colors they come out with, and these sizes. There are like no limitations in a sense of what you can achieve with these markers. You know, you can scratch them. They're fade resistant. They're waterproof, they go on glass, they go on most surfaces, you know. And I use these as a primer, like when I'm doing colouring and I have to have a primer in order to adhere paint. I use it as a primer. It's just amazing product. I haven't really stored them in anything exciting. I think when you guys asked me, should I look into it? I don't know. I just have them in a glass jar, to be honest. Oh, it's looking so good. Let's flip it again, just so we can admire how things are turning out. Oh, that is so good. I want to bring more white down here. Yeah, I'm feeling this. Amazing. And like I said, you can scratch it away. You can knock it back. There is no... It's amazing. I'm happy. When you're in these moments, take the moment to appreciate your work and be proud. Be proud of how far you've come and how far you've, you know, what you've learnt and achieved. Going in with 504, repeating again. Okay, next color is 002. And then back in with the 1001. Sharpening my pencil. Going in with white Posca pen. This is the new one. Yeah, it's looking good. Wow. Okay, keep going. Keep on going. Okay, next color is 504. This little section. We're going to work pretty quickly. That was 504, 002, and the 001. This one is going to be mainly light. And I'm just going to flip it so I can show you guys. The amount of white here is very limited. Just don't overdo it. Just a little. Yeah, okay. Alright, now let's just work vertically. Being very careful. Actually, no. Flip it upside down. I'm getting to the point where I'm precious. Okay, so 504. We're going to go in and bring out those strokes. Like so. Okay, next color is 002. And then 001. And now we go in with the white Posca pen, Now with the Posca pens, I recommend flipping it right way up so you can see where you should put the white highlight. Now for me, I'm very conscious of where I put this white. going in with the white and then highlighting with this white Posca pen. Just cleaned my Posca pen with a paper towel. Sometimes you can get acrylic buildup, so just make sure that you don't get that. All right, finishing the last section. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh wait, then we're gonna do the eyebrows. Okay, just do the eyebrows. Start off with the white, which is 001. I'm being very careful where I put my hands. Here's my smudge glove. I'm so proud of this, guys. I hope those who join my tutorial, I hope you guys enjoy it. Or I hope you guys watch this and learn a lot. 001. Alright. Okay, next color is 002. I'm running this from the bottom. And then in with 504. And then in with white Posca pen, just slightly. Alright, finishing this part. I'm so excited. Alright, 504. The next color is 002. The next color is 001, which is the white. I'm just going to put white as I can get. Okay. White Posca pen. Sorry, I had the old one, new one. You want the one that has the whitest white. I'm so happy. This looks really good. I am actually going to use some holographic nail polish. I don't have holographic metallic paints. But if you guys know anything that's holographic or iridescent, I would love to know. But yes, I'm going to use some holographic nail polish on these little jewels. Alternatively, you can use metallic paints from Fine Tech. But yes, let me get my paints and we'll move on. Alright, let's see if this works. This is my holographic nail polish. I'm wearing it right now. You can see the rainbowness to it, and you can see why I want to use it. Let's just see if it works. And then come to out. I don't know how to these. And I feel like hugging. So like this. I lost it. Working around. Really busy. Because yeah. I'm going to show you how hard it is. I think the best thing for me to do is to zoom up. Oh, look at that. This is not just metallic, it's like a special form of metallic. See that rainbow? Let me zoom out. Obviously I'm going to do some shadowing around these jewels so that it looks more 3D, but that's so far, guys, I am extremely proud of myself. If you are following along, you should be proud of yourself too. Like, this is like a step up from where I would normally come from. Anyway, let's take a break and move on. Alright, we are back. And I'm going to do shadowing around these beads. It's just breezy, chilling there, making noise. Alright, I'm going to use a different grey. And the grey I'm using is 507. And I'm going to use this to create shadow around the jewels. So you won't be able to create any shadow on top because of the material it's made of. But if you're using any other paint, you should just generally shade around it anyway. breezy. No. So if you guys would like to know, Breezy recovered very well from his surgery and he is up and at it again. But yes, anyway, so let's go behind these jewels, create some shadow behind them. So I am going to go in with 507. Go in medium pressure, and then we go in small circular motions and we soften and blend that out. Okay, going in with a white Posca pen, we are going to highlight. This one is my newer one. This is my older one, which is more white. And what we're going to do is we're going to highlight the top sections and then go over a line like there. And the same here. So we outline the top, go in with a highlight dot. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do connected dots or lines between each one as if it's a chain. This addition you may not even notice, but you guys know details matter to me. So again, connecting the beads, going back in with that 507, and we're going to do the shading here on the right side, medium pressure, and then blend it out. Loving this, loving everything. I want to go back in with a skin tone. Okay, the color is 872. I just want to go in and just blend everything, especially here on the nose with a sharp pencil. Just just want to go in small circular motions so we can blend those colors laid down. And it bothers me because I can see the shapes, I can see the texture shapes, and you most probably can see it on screen as well. And it's just about blending it out basically, which is what we are going to do. I'm glad that I didn't work with such a textured paper this time. The Cancer Me Tints Tex is more gritted. This one, the Me Tints, is smoother, but it still has those hexagonal shapes in the paper, which is what you're seeing at the moment. There we go. See how just that little thing has made things a lot more smoother. I'm going in with a probably a white or maybe off-white, buff titanium 801. That's a good color. Now I'm going to go highlight zone, blend it in to the cheeks. Probably going to sharpen some pencil. Now I know I said this was going to be a pastel piece, but it is a combination of pastels. You got to understand that with pastels you can only achieve so much. You can achieve more details with pencil. So if you like the pastel for the soft blurry look, I recommend doing what most pastel artists do. We use it as bases and then use pencil on top when it comes to portraits. Landscaping, you can definitely do landscapes with this stuff. Now I'm going in with our tan color, which is 872. I'm going to go in with the grey, which is 504. Adding some of that grey under the nose and around the nose as well. Alright, so the skin, the face and everything is almost done. I just want to do the final touches. First off, let's just get that 872 just to blend out that grey. Well, it's not blend out that grey, but kind of like blend out that colour, because it's appeared very, it's started developing that hexagon texture from the paper. So we like to blend it out so that that texture from the paper disperses a bit. Of course you're still going to get it, but there's only so much you can do, but I still think it's quite sweet. Everything in the effect. Let me just zoom out. I love it. I think it's great. Now, the piece de resistance, the lips. I think lips are very important. and we're going to do like a rose red. Why? Because I think a wine color lip with such white hair and green eyes, or this green blue eye thing we got going on, would be so contrasting, so romantic as well. Going in with 599. I'm just going to outline first. Just this area. Like so. And then we blend out, soften everything, feather it out, go in with another color. This color is crimson alizarin hue, which is 589. Going on top of that first color, small circular motions with a sharp pencil, go over that, blend it out. And then what you do is you carry that color over and extend it, let you soften it out as well, and keep trying to build that texture. Going in with 862, and I'm going to burnish a line at the Cupid's bow, and then what I want to go on top is with a white, and hopefully this white is quite pigmented, and it really depends on the finish of this paper, and this paper hasn't been played with so much that you have the white adhering to it very nicely. Once you start burnishing paper, it starts becoming harder and harder to work with, but this paper so far is quite good, and it's definitely given us a great ability. Now I'm going to go here at the highlight points, like so. Now I'm going to go in with another color. This color is 350. We're going to go on top of those colors previously down, and we're going to blend it out like so. Great. Now we're going to go in with that 862, and we're going to go over everything and blend it out. Small circular motions. There we go. We're going to go back and forth with these colors that we previously used, because I want to blend everything together, but then I also want to bring back the contrast. So as you see now, this red lip so far is becoming quite muted because we're using this mauvey pinky color, But we're going to bring back those wine colors very soon, once I blend everything together and create some structure. We're going to go back in with our darkest color, which is 599. We're going to burnish at the edges and then we're going to blend it back in. There we go. This bottom lip looks really nice. Keep going. Creating that shadow here under the lip. She's going to have a very plumpy top lip. So making sure that it's not too Botoxy, but nice. Right. Going back in with the 589. Bring back that redness, getting rid of that muted mauvey pink. There we go. Alright, I want to go back in with a dark color around the mouth now. Okay, this color is 876. Let's sharpen this first. And we're just going to go under the lip there and under there too, just to create the shadow. I'm going to bring this color up into the nose, like so. The neck, okay, I want to bring in the grey, so 504, sharpening this. I like working with sharp pencils, it just makes things a lot easier. Alright, we're going to blend out that grey now, very lightly. Going a bit under the chin there. Now I'm going in with the white, which is 001. And I want to highlight the chin. There we go. Let's zoom out. Damn, that's so good. See what I mean about that red? It gives it such sophistication. And the eyes magical with the green. Yep, real proud. Alright, let's move on to the background and we'll move on. And like I said, I think the portrait set is a great set to start off with. So I'm going to start using my flat chisel, and we're going to start off with white first because I don't want to contaminate it later on by adding it in, so I want to add it first. So getting titanium white, we are going to what? This is not the tool to use first, it's a tool to use last. Alright, so grabbing this tool, we're just going to hack in that white. Alright, grabbing my next color. This color is turquoise shade. Okay, the next color is ultramarine blue shade. next shade is Payne's Grey. And I'm going to go in with a tapered point because I want to kind of in with the try and get there. Let's we're just packing in more color and contrast. Alright, now let's go back in with the white because we've already gone in with white before. Going in with 117. I'm just going to bring a bit of a turquoise brightness. Going in with white, which is 11001. I'm going to go in with Payne's Grey and place this at the top. What I'm going to do is, with a white Posca pen, now I've done this with Posca pens so that later on I can see it. And I might even keep it the way it is because it looks very much like a ghost ship, you know? Going in with a white Posca pen. I'm going and doing like scratchy motions as to highlight the froth of So yeah, I'm just highlighting the top of the waves, like the foamy top bit. So we just have like different types of white in the foam of the ocean. And then I just bring that down a bit to kind of show a direction of the waves. So for example here, that's just breezy. Oh my god, he sounds like a human, doesn't he? We're touching up the pastels at the top here, and bringing down so that bottom bit looks amazing, I have to say. I'm actually really happy. Okay, let's keep going. Dog, please be quiet. Oh my gosh. Come on, Piggy. Be quiet. Okay, back to work. Okay, highlighting highlighting the froth. And the reason why we do this is so that it doesn't look like one fluffy mess. We're giving it dimension by using the Posca pen. It's like how we do it with the hair. Same principle. Using different types of tones, we create texture. Going in with 159. I'm using this color to create contrast. Okay, I want a bit more white, so I'm going to go in with a larger Posca pen. This is a 5mm. what I'm doing is I am throwing in larger acrylic strokes. Yeah. Now, this is a little trick I do. I pumped out a bunch of white Posca pen, and I'm gonna get my white brush. I'm gonna cover this face like so. Grab this white Posca ink. There you go. Creating a night sky when you don't have paint. Oh, you can always do it with this. Alright. Now I've done that, I want to go back in with some Posca pen. With my little one, I'm going to go back and emphasize those white lines, emphasizing those white lines on our little ghost ship. I love that it's become a ghost ship. I think it's so much more intriguing. We're going to do some more prominent dots. Let's do some stars. Alright, getting my vacuum. Let's zoom out. With a white luminance, I'm going to highlight the shoulder. and blend it back into the skin, like so. Then I'm going to get my white Posca pen and sign it. Oh, hang on. Sign it with black ink, I think. Okay, so this is my tutorial using pen pastels and luminance pencils. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and let's just give a big thanks to Jasmine Becket-Griffith for her amazing book. This is from the Mermaid coloring book. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope you guys buy it and support the amazing work that she does. She is a gift to this universe. Such magic she brings, and I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have any questions or anything, comment below. If you're not part of this wonderful family, subscribe to my channel and be a part of the coloring journey that we all endure together, and that we love and learn together, make mistakes together, and have some good fun. So comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye.